Welcome back, guys. This week, we're celebrating our 50th episode. So we're not reviewing a film this week. We're just going to review ourselves as such.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Erik. This is Darren.
Welcome into Six and Below Movie Podcast, the 50th episode.
Yeah, I can't believe we made it this far.
You and me both.
Yeah, so for the 50th time, cue
Cue the intro. You watched any good movies this week?
I've not actually, no. I've not been watching any films.
Nothing at all?
No, I've just been watching series.
Yeah, them
Yeah.
ones. What have you watched?
Series on Netflix called The Diplomat, which is quite good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd recommend it, but other than that, not much.
Never heard of it, unfortunately.
To be honest, I've not had a chance to sit down and watch any films. It's a good job this week that it's our 50th episode and we're not reviewing one because I don't
Lucky.
think I'd have had a chance to
It's lucky.
actually watch one. Yeah.
I've watched 3.
You've watched 3.
I've actually watched 3.
One.
2 horror films,
Yeah.
because it is Halloween after all.
Well, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
First one was Insidious 2.
Right. Any good?
No, dog shit. Not worth watching. Yeah. Give it a skip, guys.
What's it about?
So it's a follow-on from the first one. And I can't remember properly what happens in the first one. But I think the kid got into a coma. And then him and his dad have like an out-of-body experience going to like the dark realm and have a fight with a demon or some shit.
As
And then
you do.
gets possessed.
Is it just like a normal Thursday evening?
Pretty much, yeah. But at the end of it, they get hypnotized, so they can't remember like the whole year of everything when it was all happening. So when the kid now in the second one is in university
Right.
and he's doing like an art degree, his teacher says like, dig deep into your dark emotions, and she counts back from 10, and then all the memories start flooding back, but in forms of a painting.
Art teachers, mate, you can't trust them.
You can't.
In the form of a painting.
Yeah, she says like, paint something which is in the back of your mind that you don't know what's there.
They paint some creepy shit, did they?
A door.
A door?
He paints a red door.
Oh.
But behind the red door lurks a demon, which is trying to get out.
I love how you say the word demon.
Yeah, spoiler, it doesn't really get out and it's shit. So, skip that one, guys. And another one to skip, by the way, is called Immaculate, starring our friend Sydney Sweeney.
Oh.
Shit.
Absolutely wank, yeah.
It's absolute garbage, mate.
I don't think I've ever seen her in anything other than Madame Web.
Yeah, same here, to be honest with you.
No, I didn't even know she existed until that film.
No, I watched half of this one, and that was about it.
Yeah.
So this
Fair
one, because I like horror films,
Yeah.
on the picture, it's like her wearing a nun dress
Oh,
with a
right.
throat slit.
Oh.
You're thinking, right, okay, no, it might be a bit of a scary horror type thing.
Do you see a...
Into a nunnery. No, you don't really see anything, unfortunately.
Oh.
We go into a nunnery, and it starts off as if it's going to be like a really dark thriller type thing. So
Right.
a nun is trying to escape this nunnery,
Yeah.
and then she's panicking, getting through the gate, climbs through the gate, and then some nuns grab her back through the fence and snap her leg and bury her alive.
Of course
think-
they do, yeah.
Fucking hell, this is all right. This is quite dark. Quite liking this.
You know what nuns are known for, yeah.
Yeah, as you
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't like escape this place.
Yeah.
So she goes there, and literally nothing happens. There's one scene where she gets grabbed from behind by like hands, pulled
Alright.
through a wall onto a desk, and then she wakes up. And then she's never had sex or anything. She's meant to be a virgin, but then she's pregnant. The next scene, she was dressed up like Mary of Jesus' mum. And I was like, yeah, this is garbage.
What the fuck have you just described to me?
Exactly.
What's it called?
Immaculate.
Immaculate.
Garbage.
Because
Don't
like
watch
the
it.
Immaculate Conception.
think so, yeah.
Oh, right, Jesus. Yes, but like I say, Sydney Sweeney, and not seeing her in anything but that, but she does seem to be about a lot at the moment.
At the moment, yeah. I think she's
Yeah.
like one of the now hot
Now
things.
people.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
She's nice. She's nice.
But, yeah, I do want to address the elephant in the room, though.
What's that?
That we're 50 episodes in and we still don't have a sponsor for
Oh.
Monster.
Yes.
How
I mean,
much do we have to beg you people?
product
Jesus.
placement
I know.
is front and center, guys.
No, it's free advertising here. I suppose why would you want to go and pay for it? But still.
We would take a couple of weeks' supply, and that would do us.
Yeah, I'd literally take a free can.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But to be honest, we keep plugging them anyway, and they're not paying us. So
No. So Rockstar are relentless. If you're watching on Mountain Dew,
yes, we
Put us
will
up.
easily switch.
hit us up.
Hit us up.
How can they do that?
sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
That is right.
Aye.
And before we do move on as well, I'd like to say a big thank you for all the support of everybody that's subscribed to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you're not subscribed to YouTube already, go over, give it a follow, subscribe, follow on Spotify. We actually do the videos on Spotify as well as audio now,
Yeah.
and on iTunes. We are everywhere, so
We are.
thank you for the support so far. And the third film,
Yeah.
where we're getting too far ahead of ourselves, is next week's film, American Ninja 2.
American Ninja 2. Yeah, I've not watched it yet.
I enjoyed
I'm
it.
saving it. I'm saving it
I
for the
did. I
weekend.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's Friday night now, so either tomorrow or Sunday I'll be watching it, and yeah, I can't wait. I watched the trailer for it today. Oh my god.
I will be honest with you. I wouldn't recommend watching it whilst you're eating or drinking.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I took a sip of coffee,
Yeah.
something happened, and then they'll spat it out. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, it's one of them.
Yeah, it's
I thought you
funny.
were going to say like it was something gruesome that had happened, or
Oh, no.
just stupid.
It's funny.
Does
a lot
Dudikoff still have autism in it?
Not as bad.
Yeah.
I think he's always going to have that, isn't it? Let's be honest with you. But it's not as bad.
Sort your wire out there, dude.
Yeah, it stops it swinging around.
Oh, getting swingy.
It's swinging it, is it my foot? So, do you want to explain to people how we actually came about?
Well, me and Darren here have known each other for how long have we known each other now? Must coming
20
on 20 years.
Yeah,
20 whole British years.
20 long years.
Yeah. And that was how we came about. So
Pretty much, yeah.
basically, I met Darren because Darren's a bit of an idiot, and we were going paintballing in Delamere Forest,
Yeah,
illegally,
just the
I might
paintballing.
add. Illegally, I might add.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I promise we had the landowner's permission. Anyway,
We
a
did.
bunch of us go paintballing, and then I'm like, who's this weird guy who's not actually joining in with the paintballing, just making little dens and stuff?
That was Brett.
That was you?
Oh, might be me as well.
Well, it was you. So he's off making little dens and making cover for us all to kind of go behind and stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah, it wasn't making dens. Bloody hell, it was making barriers and that.
Yeah,
So
that's
when
what I
we're running
meant.
around the forest, we've got place like hide behind and so take cover.
well, yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant by dens. I meant like to hide behind like actual cover
Walls.
and stuff. You know, because there weren't enough trees about in the middle of a fucking forest to hide behind.
So somebody our size trying to hide behind a birch tree, a little bit like on Samurai Cop.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Okay, I'll forgive you on that. But anyway,
thank you.
and then
Thank you.
we kind of met over a little bit of a scam, actually, if you remember, because back in the day you had an Xbox 360 that had the red ring of death,
It was a red ring of death.
and I had just bought a new Xbox 360, and I said to you, oh, well, I've still got the receipt here. I only bought it like 3 weeks ago. I said, just put it in the box, take it back to game, get yourself a brand new one. And so that's what you did. I said, all I want back is the
And it
box
worked.
and the receipt, and it worked, yeah.
And it worked.
So, yeah.
There you go, guys.
He's a dodgy little bastard, this one. Anyway.
Yeah, but the podcast itself, reason why we started it is because obviously work and family life getting away. Where back in the day we used to game all the time, 5 nights a week. We used to always interact and speak to each other and communicate. It starts to die off a bit, doesn't it, when you're getting a bit older?
Yeah, when you're approaching 40 and you've got kids and married and all that shit.
So my way of giving a good excuse to meet up was doing something like this.
Well, so basically, I'd be out walking my dog in the evening, and then I'd get a call from Mr. Darren over here,
Yes.
and he'd be like, "Dude, I've got an idea," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck's sake," because Darren's an idea man. You say
Very much so.
he's always coming up with he's like Del Boy. This time next year, we'll be millionaires.
This time next year. I mean, I was like, I've been listening to some podcast called Joe Rogan, and he started off with nothing. Look at him now.
I know. I know. Forgetting that, like, he was on Fear Factor and all that beforehand.
Yeah, he was a celebrity before.
He was a very well-known celebrity, UFC commentator and all stuff like that.
That does help, by the way.
It does help, yeah. So if anyone wants us to comment on one of their fights, we're available. Hit us up, 6 and Below Podcast.
Yeah.
At gmail.com. But anyway, so I'm out walking the dog one day and Darren's ringing again. And I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, what's his idea this time? So he's like, I've got this idea. We do a podcast. I'm like, what about? What are we going to talk about? And he's like, well, films that are rated under 6 on IMDb. We'll watch all these really shit films and we'll review them. And I'm like, Darren, I don't want to watch shit films. I don't really want to. I before doing this podcast, I would literally, if there was a film coming on, I'd quickly IMDb it. If it was below 6, I would avoid it like the plague.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this motherfucker gets me into to this shit. So I'm like, right, okay, well, we'll come up with a name, 6 and Below Podcast, and we'll get it set up. I said, I'll come round and I'll do one with you. And I said, as long as it's Independence Day Regurgence, which is the first one we ended up doing, mainly because I hate that fucking film.
It is a terrible film.
It is a terrible film.
As we found out again.
Because I went to see it on the cinema, and I vowed that I would never watch that film again, because I sat there thinking, it's been like 20 years since the first one. It's amazing. It's going to be great. It's got a pretty good cast in it, ish. So I'll go and watch it. And I went to Trafford Centre with me mate, and we went, and I got about 10 minutes into it, and I was like, what the fuck have they done? So I was like, if we're going to do it, we need to do that as the first one. That's my only condition.
Yeah,
we'll do that. So anyway, so Darren over here, I'm doing all the talking at the moment because he's listening on his phone.
I'm actually just ordering tea.
Oh, so he's ordering us some food. Burgers.
Ooh.
So anyway, so Darren over here has a gaming channel, some of you might know, and he also recently has a daily blog of his main job.
Yeah,
as a truck driver.
driving.
Yeah, so he has Obsidian Gaming. If you want to go and subscribe to that, I sometimes appear in the videos as well, which is a good selling point. Well,
it does.
as audio.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, and then he has Life of Darren, which is a video blog that he does daily. But anyway, so he had been on YouTube for a while and had been doing it. He'd built up his gaming channel, bit of a following and so on. So he was quite versed in YouTube and streaming and all that. I was like, well, we'll give it a go. So anyway, the point I'm getting at is he had a studio already set up in his garden. So I was like, well, come round, we'll do it. So we both sat round. You can go and watch it. First episode, Independence Day. We sat round one microphone, which is what was it? Logitech Yeti.
Yeah.
Or something like that. We sat around one mic. I was on a garden chair because he didn't have a spare chair at the time.
The webcam was not great either.
The webcam.
So you look like a potato.
Well, we had one good webcam because we were on one camera. We were on one good webcam, and then you had a little shitty one that we put just slightly above because I was like, well, if we're going to do it, we need to switch between views. But every time it switched to the camera that we had put above, the quality was that crap.
Bad.
And the lighting was so off. It was just like, yeah, what are we doing here? So anyway, so we film it, and we had no plan of what we were going to do. It was just, we'll just come and we'll just discuss this film. So we ended up sitting down and watching the film as we reviewed it going through.
Yeah, it was like a live review, wasn't it? That we was doing.
And then a lot of it is obviously, if you can go back and watch it, a lot of it is just there going, oh yeah, and then this bit here, oh, watch this, yeah, so this bit here, yeah. Oh yeah, look what they do there.
Look what's happening over there. Look, the aliens. Oh, do you know what? I love this scene when the alien comes in and flips the bus. The audience don't have a clue what's happening.
No, because at first we were like, yeah, watch the film along with us as we do it, and and it was like, who's going to sit there watching the film whilst listening to a couple of idiots do a podcast?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that happened, and then I was like, well, who's going to do the edit on this? So Darren's like, oh, I'll do it. I'd done editing before. I've got the software and that. So he does it, but basically rushes it, gets it out in like an hour.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And it was like, just threw up a few clips every now and then. And it was just like, right, there we go. There's our first one. And I was like, I remember my daughter goes to Cub Scouts, and as part of that, they have to go to church parade once a month anyway. So I end up, it's one time I've only been dragged to church. And I'm there coming out of church, and you ring me and you say, right, it's ready and it's up. And I'm like, Jesus, that was quick. So I'm like...
It's like 2 hours later.
It was like 2 hours later or something. So I was like... So I had a look and I'm like, right, let's have a look. No views. And I'm like, surely this should say 1 million by now. What we discussed last night was like top class.
Mate,
Top class work.
we're breaking records and everything.
Mate.
In our minds.
In our minds, yeah. So I'm refreshing. Anyway, and it's like, no views. Oh, shit. But to be honest, I did really enjoy the experience. So literally, like the day after, I'm like, right, we need a microphone each.
You went out and bought 180 quid microphone.
Yeah. So I go out and buy a microphone. I buy the stand and all that stuff, and I'm just like, right, we're doing it again next week. What film are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So
It was Dragon Ball, wasn't it? Next one.
yeah. So we got together. We made a big list of films that were all rated 6 and below. Obviously, what did we call it? A supercomputer at the time. So
Yep, supercomputer doing
Yeah.
a randomator.
which was basically just Siri. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 100.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then we had a lot of. We never actually checked to see if any of these films were
Oh, yeah, they
available.
do that.
So we'd be like 44 and it'd come up with a film and we'd be like, oh, brilliant, I've not seen that in ages. Can't see anywhere.
Well, we still technically do that.
That does
We
happen
do
on
do
occasion.
that.
We've had a few weeks where, like Amazon Prime, one week it's there, the next week it's not.
They screw us over on purpose.
They've screwed us over quite a few times.
Quite a few times.
I'll be honest.
Judge Dredd 3 times. We've been like, next
Yeah.
week it's going to be Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
And then we load it up. It's like,
Not
It's just-
available.
they've took it off.
Well, American Ninja have done it a few times.
Yeah.
Because we pay extra for an MGM subscription on Amazon Prime, and a couple of times now we've gone to do American Ninja, and it's like, oh, it's disappeared again.
Disappeared again.
Yeah. And then so the next week come along, and we both got a mic each.
Yep, yep.
And,
However, we've still got a really dodgy camera.
yeah.
So
we-
on 1 week, Eric is looking up at the camera. It looks like he's Stevie Wonder playing the pianos like that.
Well, it's because we put the camera there in the wrong angle. So every week we'd come and we'd set everything up, and I'd be like to this idiot over there, we need to remember where the cameras are so we have some continuity. Not to mention, it was kind of like from the nipples up on the camera. So like just like little heads at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, because you're in a garden chair, you're lower.
Yeah.
as well.
So I'm on this little shitty garden chair. He's on his nice comfy chair. I'm sat here horrible like plastic bloody chair. Oh no, it's not plastic. It was like a weave chair.
Yeah.
So I'm sat there like, and then I think it was like episode 4 before you offered me a pillow. You comfy then? No, not at all, mate. Anyway, so
Joy, you let it all out today, aren't you?
oh, I am. I've been keeping all this in.
Sounds it.
Yeah.
Sounds it, mate.
So the next film he comes up with, he wants to do Dragon Ball Z, or the supercomputer came up with him. Anyway, so we ended up doing Dragon Ball Z, and it's like, what have you just made me fucking watch? And I'm
That
like,
was so a bad film.
hey,
It was such a bad film.
it was such a bad film.
A really bad one.
But then, like Darren mentioned, we still had the really crap camera. And first of all, he had an amazing camera. It captured his complexion and everything like that. And I was just sat here looking like a pasty, pixelated mess. To the fact that, obviously, as you can tell, we use a green screen behind
Yep.
us.
Your green teeth at one point.
My teeth, the camera was that bad that my teeth were picking up. It was thinking they were green, and my teeth were see through. I was pasty as hell. My teeth were bloody see through,
Yeah.
and I just looked an absolute mess.
It was funny though when you look back at it now.
And
You
then,
realise, and then one of them, the colour went off for some reason.
Yeah.
He looked like literally a potato.
it looked like
Like
I
made out of Play-Doh.
used a really bad Instagram filter or something because I look like someone had just got Play-Doh and skin colored Play-Doh, well, white skin colored Play-Doh, and just put it all over my face, and it just looks smooth as hell. I can't remember what episode was that when I was like Play-Doh head.
I think that was
Looked like Mr. Potato Head.
Suicide Squad.
It might have been.
I think it was around there anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah. It
That's
was.
when- That's when you took over doing the editing, wasn't it?
Oh.
And it's like a game of tennis. Literally,
Oh,
you get motion
Jesus.
sickness watching us.
Well, I thought, we're chatting along, and I thought it needs to be quick fire. needs to be quick. And I had been playing around with editing because I'd never done editing before.
There's quick fire, right? And then there's somebody taking speed doing it.
It was like we took a line of coke and was just like, but so I was doing a bit of editing, and I thought it'd be good if rather, because I always wanted a dual camera setup, and I wanted it to be able to zoom in and stuff like that, and I wanted to be able to do it on the fly, but without us having a producer or anything in the room. We needed like a young Jamie like Joe Rogan had, but we didn't have anyone. So we thought, well, we'll do it in edit. But then I liked it because we were so small in the corner of the screen. I just liked to be able to zoom in and have us full screen, and the only time you would see us both together is when we had a clip going. So it turned out that it was basically because I was also trying to cut out all the gaps. So if we took a breath, like say like now, and then carried on, I would cut that out. So because it was flicking back and forth between the two of us, it was like me, Darren, me, Darren.
And then Erik, Darren, Erik, Darren, Erik, Darren, Erik, Darren, Erik.
Then it was clip. And anyway, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I was all about it. And I
think we had the complaint though, didn't we? Well, somebody had epileptic fit. Because it was flashing that much.
Lying bastard. It was flashing. It was going that fast. We were melding into one, and we turned into some kind of weird-looking homunculus. It got that bad at one point.
It was.
But it was mainly the speed as well. And the worst one, if you want to go and watch it, was Batman Forever, because I edited Batman Forever and I removed every single little gap in it. That when I came to watch it back, it basically turned from a 3-hour recording unedited to like 2 hours. I had cut that much out, and I hadn't actually cut any content out. I had just got rid of all the gaps, right? So I remember I sat down and I thought, right, I'll watch this back, and it started off great, and I thought, oh, it's really fast, you know. The conversation's going really well. It's going back and forth. But by the first hour, I was getting a headache because I was thinking, Jesus, these guys don't take a break.
These guys are about
us. Yeah. So it was just constant back and forth. And I was just like, okay, maybe I do need to leave a few gaps in.
A little bit, yeah.
You know, so it's more like a fluid conversation.
Smooth.
Yeah. Rather than just constant back and forth. And also, I had a little problem with Tourette's in the beginning.
Yeah, it wasn't so much in the beginning. It was more on the Shazam episode.
Well, no, I think every episode that we went through, I think you were trying to keep it clean at the beginning.
I try and keep it clean as I can, but you are quite a bad influence.
I am a bad influence. And people...
A lot of swearing, the crudeness. But on the Shazam one, I think I counted like 34 times you swore in a 15-second clip.
It's because I would talk, and rather than just like pausing or anything, I'd just go fucking and then fucking this happened, and then that fucking happened, and you know, and it would just, I don't know if it was just because, not so much nervousness, but just kind of trying to fill in the gaps, and that's where my brain would go. Plus
profanities.
I think it was was it episode 2 or 3 when we decided it might be better if we can hear ourselves so we can get better audio.
Sometimes it can trip you up, can't it?
It
on certain
can trip
words,
you up.
Especially.
It definitely does slow you down and make you think, and it kind of stops you interrupting each other as much. But I don't know if you've ever done it out there, but listen to yourself as you're talking. It can be quite off-putting, or it takes a bit to get used to.
Yeah,
I'm used to
especially
it now.
if you're reading.
Yeah.
If you're reading a script or something, it's so hard. Oh. And if it's quite a few syllables in a word, you should trip up so many times. Like, when I'm just talking in general, on a lot of my episodes that we're talking, I trip up so many times on basic words as well. Or I start talking and go, when I'm doing this, kind of like that. I don't mean it to slow down so much. It's just a case of when you're hearing yourself, it puts you off.
Yeah.
You start concentrating on your sound of your voice and then what you're trying to say at the same time. Not a good combination.
I remember like our first couple of episodes when we started using the headphones. You would always trip up whenever you'd say IMDb. You'd go IMB.
IMDb, yeah.
Yeah.
I still do it sometimes.
You do sometimes. You're not as bad as you used to.
IMDb.
But to be honest, I used to correct you a lot, and I'm kind of used to it, so I just let it go now. But I noticed a few occasions.
It's just a retard. Don't worry about him.
Don't worry about him. It's just you said it.
I am. I am.
It's just it's just funny, but sometimes like the other day I was doing the edit for Aquaman, and there was one thing, and you're talking about Ant-Man, and I'm like, what are you on about? What are you on about Aquaman? And then you're going, did I say Aquaman? And I'm like, yeah, you said Aquaman. You went, I meant Ant-Man, but you did actually say Ant-Man.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
So you tricked me up then?
Yeah.
Right. I
But
never
then-
said it right.
But then, like before, when you were talking, you mentioned demons.
Yeah.
You always stick a D on the end of demon. You always say demon.
Demons. I do.
Yeah.
It's demon.
Demon. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I say demon, it's like that. But when I do a plural,
Demons.
I put a D in there, don't I?
You do.
Demons. Demons. No, I think it's just the way you say the N with the S. Demons.
Demons.
Well, it just sounds like a D, but it's not technically meaning to be there.
Yeah. Funny.
It's just the way I say it, words.
But I love it now. I think, yeah.
What do I say it?
The way you trip over sometimes, it's funny. Makes me laugh.
All the time. All the time.
I
I don't care. I'm only human.
No, I don't.
And when I hear
wouldn't-
myself,
I
it's
wouldn't
triple.
care. I wouldn't care. I do it all the time.
All the time.
I think when I was listening back to The Nun the other day, and at one point I'm calling Father Burke, Dr. Burke.
Oh, what film was it now I was watching? And literally all the way through, there was like a main character we're talking about, some woman, and you named her about 8 or 9 different names
Oh,
all the
God.
way through. You kept saying to me, what's his name again? Was
I
it Street
think it was
Fighter?
Dragon Ball.
Oh, not Dragon Ball. It was
There was quite a few.
Mortal Kombat.
Was it Mortal Kombat?
I think it was Mortal Kombat with Shang Tsung. Oh my God, you got me doing it now.
And I'd be like, I remember that because I was like, oh yeah, I need that bird. What's her name again? And I must have said it about 15,000 times.
Yeah,
I think I
and
did it in Dragon Ball as
the
well.
main bad guy as well.
Yeah,
Shao Tsung.
Shao Tsung.
Yeah.
Chow
Check me
Mein.
out with everything other than that.
Oh, but then, like I say, then Dragon Ball, and then we had Suicide Squad. And I think it was Suicide Squad when I noticed the see-through teeth for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think when did that release? I think that was like back in October last year, and I think it was quite cold because I think a couple of episodes because you refused to put the heating on in here. I was literally sat there in my puffer jacket and a hat, looking freezing. Just
It
sat
gets
there
warm
like,
in here.
Oh my God. It doesn't. Not
It
when
does.
it's like 2 degrees outside.
I know, but yet the thing is, in this room, it doesn't ventilate too well, does it?
No,
There's no
so-
ventilation or whatever. So in the winter, it's like minus, but in the summer, my word, it was 34 degrees or 38 degrees at one point.
Oh, in one of them, yeah. Yeah, so when it's hot, it's hot. When it's cold,
Yeah.
it's cold. So anyway, I'm a bit chilly now. Do you want to stick the heating on?
No, you're never satisfied. You really are never satisfied.
I'm really not. But
I
anyway,
like the cold.
So then we moved on a bit, and I got a better camera.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Still in the garden chair though.
I was still on the garden chair, and then I said to you, "I've got this gaming chair at home. Can I bring that over?" And you were like,
Forgot about that.
"Yeah, do you remember that? My little
Yeah.
gaming rocker chair."
Yeah, it was just sat in a corner for like 12 weeks.
Yeah. So I had somewhere proper and comfy to sit, but the problem was it was too kind of lean back. It was
Oh
too-
my God. Yes.
So I had to sit with a pillow behind.
And we had this problem with Eric where he likes to move a lot when he's talking. So when he's talking to you, be like, "Hi, yeah, my name is Eric, and I'm welcome to 600 Low Movie Podcast with me, Eric."
Oh,
He wouldn't
mate.
sit still near the microphone, kept moving back, and 'cause he was on a rocket chair. It was a nightmare for it.
And then we couldn't figure out which way to put the mic either. So one week we had the mic this way up, and then we had it that way up, and then we had it directly at us. Mainly because we had such bad audio issues when we were using them Yeti mics.
We had a nightmare.
Mate, I remember when we were doing a Fast X, I think that was one of the last ones we were using them Yeti mics. And they're a good mic, but they're what they call like a condenser mic.
Yeah, so
So-
if it's only you in the room talking,
Yeah.
the Blue Yetis are fantastic, really good for audio. However, they're a little bit too good because when there's 2 of them being used in the same room, they cancel each other out.
But it was always my mic that was picking you up.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was doing the edit for Fast X, which I think that was our first one that broke like 3 hours.
Yeah,
Great podcast if you want to go back and watch it. But
good funny one.
I remember literally I had to go through and cut out all the fucking echoes that were going on. 3 hours worth
There was a lot.
before I then went back to actually edit the actual filming part.
Yep.
and put the clips in and everything, so it took twice as bloody
You had
long.
a nightmare with that one, didn't you?
Yeah, it
Was
was.
Would you say that was like the hardest or the longest the edits?
It was the longest because it was a long-ass podcast. But I would definitely say that the audio-wise, it was probably the worst one.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was up there, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then we ended up, you convinced me to upgrade our mics to these ones, which was like a lifesaver.
Yeah, Shure are fantastic.
Yeah, these mics
really
are really good, yeah. Bit on the expensive side, but definitely when you think of the time...
Mid-range.
Yeah, well, what would be about 250 quid?
Yeah, but there's somewhat go to like £800.
Yeah.
Definitely not paying that.
No, definitely not.
No.
Maybe.
Unless people want to give us donations or buy us a coffee and we can save up towards them.
Yeah, every little helps. Just chuck us a quid or $1 if you're in America, or a rupee if you're in India, or whatever your currency is, throw us one of them.
Yeah, just throw the one.
Yeah.
And if we had 1 million people do that,
I know.
we'd be rich.
We would. Maybe not rupees, but pounds, definitely.
Yeah, what's that, 1 million rupees?
I don't know, like
About 4 quid.
Fuck knows. Fuck knows. But then we carried on through, and I tried to work on my swearing. I remember when we did. Do you remember when we did Men in Black? And I think it was Men in Black. When
you constipated.
Yeah, when I was just constantly through the whole thing trying not to swear, and I'm just like, and I was like, what did you describe me as? It was like my mother-in-law was in the room or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, your mother's in the room, and you're trying your hardest to impress.
Yeah, because I think it was during like either the Do-Over or Batman Forever or something like that, where it was. I think someone had commented on one of the videos where they said there's less swearing in Goodfellas.
Yep, I think that was Paul.
Was it?
Yeah,
Paul. Shout out to Paul.
Shout out to Paul.
Is that Paul Jackson? Is it?
Yes.
On
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think is he like the only one that ever comments on our videos?
I think he is.
Well, thank you, Paul. You know,
we don't know him in real life or personally.
Yeah.
We're just like a very loyal viewer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Really appreciate everybody.
Yeah. And then and then from there we decided I remember sitting down one day and we were thinking, what can we do to kind of branch out from this? We've thrown a few ideas around in the past, but then we decided it was coming to the end of 2023 and we decided that we were going to do a short kind of video on upcoming films that were going to be shown over the Christmas period and so on.
Yeah, it didn't last long, did it?
It didn't last long. We were thinking, we'll do it every month and stuff like that. And then I remember it's unlisted at the moment because I ended up taking it out because it was for December 2023, and we did it, and we had like a cinema scene behind us.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to play the move, like the trailers, sorry, as we were talking about the films.
Yeah.
But we were trying to do it from a script as well. So we'd come up with like a little bit of a script, and we thought we'll talk through the films and we'll take it in turns and do it. And then YouTube ended up copyrighting us because of
left, right, and center.
Because we were showing movie trailers.
Yes,
and it was. I remember that, and it was like there's no rhyme or reason to it. And I think I put in a dispute for it and said we're showing movie trailers here. We're literally showing people what films are coming out. We're basically advertising your films for you.
Exactly.
But they wouldn't take it.
No. They want all our money.
But that was a bit of a bad idea. And then we came up with another brainstorm thing where we thought, well, what about if we do like facts about films?
Interesting facts.
I
mean, it's good, but however, it takes a long time to do all the research to do it. And whilst we're trying to watch the film 2 or 3 times over in that 1 week, do all our notes and get everything prepared, and then doing the editing for the previous videos, it started to get a bit too much, wasn't it?
It was. And then we realised that us reading from a script wasn't the best idea, especially like you said before, we were still trying to get used to hearing our voices in our headphones. And like you'd be reading from the script and we were constantly tripping up, and I just remember doing take after take after take after take.
It was a nightmare.
Trying to get it right. And then, like you say, then going away and doing the editing. I had it set up so we could do the editing quite quick, but like you say, the research into the trivia and stuff like that was just a bit of a ball ache. I think we ended up doing 2 of them, which I think are still up. I think we did one for Jingle All the Way.
Yep, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting facts video.
And then we did one for, what was the other one we did it for? I can't bloody... Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Which did get the 10 facts about Jingle All the Way. It got quite all right views for us.
Yeah.
12.
And to be honest with you, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but like one of the plans for the future, if we could do something like this as a full-time career, where we just basically talk crap about films and reviewing them and everybody starts enjoying them, and it started to make as a business instead of a hobby, then maybe that is something we could start to do. A little bit more in-depth about the film recovering on a separate episode.
Yeah, because I would like to branch out a bit, but like you say, the problem at the moment is like we sit here and you probably see us every week and we're going through notes and our thing, but you got to understand we watch the film and then we try and watch it a few times in the week, and obviously we both work full time, we both have families and so on. But then the notes of us going through the film, it's like, I don't know about you, but my notes are usually about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages.
At least.
That we type up as we're going through watching the film. So you may think, oh, you're just watching a 2-hour film, but the 2-hour film turns into a 4-hour watch because I'm pausing it, writing notes, rewinding it back, watching bits and so on to try and get more of an in-depth kind of thing. Because
that's like, because at the end of the day, for the viewer, if you've never seen that film before, we need you to know exactly what we're talking about. So you've got to be able to follow along for the storyline. Well,
yeah. So that's what we try and do. We try and obviously talk through the film. But I was trying to describe the podcast to someone in work the other day, and I was saying it's not so much. It's a review, obviously, but I like it because we kind of nitpick at the films, and I think it's quite funny.
So we roast it.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, well, all the time, we will roast it, and we roast it a lot, and we're going to some depth of roasting. It is a movie error. We will pick up on it, and we will take it to town. But however, we will give it credit where credit is due.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. Even the awards that we give out at the end.
Yeah.
Best actor, worst actor.
Even some films that just shouldn't be probably seen by anyone. It's like the first one that comes to mind is like Samurai Cop. That's
great film.
That is an amazing film. Yeah, it's so shit.
It's so bad. It's good. If you've never seen that, by the way, watch our podcast, but also watch it. It's on the YouTube free of charge. Samurai Cop. Go out, watch it. You will not be disappointed. The budget was $7,000.
Yeah, and it shows.
It does show. It does show.
But then, and then it was like things like, I think was it like Werewolves Within or Texas Chainsaw that we did, where we finally started to develop actually, because at the start,
I think it's Werewolves Within.
We didn't really know where to take it because, like I say, with Independence Day, we were watching the film as we were talking about it and so on, or like skipping through different bits and so on. So then it was like, well, we were doing some notes and so on. And then, I think it was when Werewolves, like you say, it might have been Werewolves Within, when we got like the basic format of what we're going to do.
And just adapted it then throughout time?
Yeah, so then we added little bits. We added things like the clip quiz, which Darren came up with, and he took that on as his baby. And, to try and get some retention. Audience retention. Yeah.
Cherish it, I feed it, I cradle it.
Yeah, you do.
Sing it songs at night.
You do, mate.
That's just a clip quiz, by the way.
It's your little baby.
It is.
He's talking about me, really.
A little bit.
Yeah. I feed off his teeth.
That far.
And then we came up to American Ninja, which is one of our most popular ones so far. I think we're on about 6,000 views.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah, so we did American Ninja, which I protested against for ages. But Darren said, look, sod it, I'll do the edit on that one. So anyway, so Darren goes away and he does the edit. And obviously, as we mentioned, I was editing as a tennis game at that point. So that pretty much stopped with Beethoven. Yep. Anyway, so so Darren sends me the video over because even when he does the edit, I do the final touches, put the logos on, add
basically, it's like where you see the contact in it, a little bit like this now.
Yeah. So the contact information and everything comes up at the bottom and stuff. So I add all that in before we released the video, basically. And he sent it over to me, and I said to him, look, keep it in the same format, keep it the back and forth that's going on. That's how I personally liked it, and so on. And then he sent it over, and I remember putting it on and thought, like, let's see what he's done here. And I thought, this looks shit.
Thanks, Erik.
Yeah. So I remember saying to my wife, I was like, Hannah, you got to watch this. Look what he's done. He's fucked it up. He's not kept it to the same format. He's fucked me. He's bent me over and fucked me. I'm going to have to do it myself. and all this shit. Until Hannah went, yeah, that's how it should be. And I was like, what? And I remember ringing you the next day and I was like, dude, I hope you can take criticism because it's absolutely terrible. It's shit. What have you done? You're rebelling. And then it turns out it was me that couldn't take the criticism very well.
Yes, it was. You found out the hard way.
Yeah. So I shown it to a few people and they were like, well, that's a bit better than the constant back and forth. It's less of a tennis game and, you know, there's actually room to breathe in the conversation. You can don't be getting cocky. Don't be getting cocky.
I'd like to call this part of the segment eating humble pie.
I'll fucking give you humble pie. Anyway, so we he still goes rogue every now and then. Anyway, but every so often. So anyway, so that's when the format changed to a more. But I did say to him, I said, look, I don't mind doing it, but I think we need to go from being little heads in the corner like we're doing a bloody gaming thing to actually
bigger, like we are
being
now.
able to see us
Like we
properly.
are now.
And then I was like, and also we need to sort out a freaking chair for me because I'm sick of sitting on this little rocker or the garden chair. So I invested in an actual proper chair, seeing as we were getting it. We upgraded the mics, we've upgraded the cameras and so on. So we spent a bit of money.
Yeah. And talking about editing now, we actually take turns now.
Yeah.
So like 1 week it'll be Erik, then it'll be me, then Erik, vice versa.
Yeah. So which takes a bit of the load off.
Does. Helps.
And then as we were going through the podcast, we came over with an idea. We thought, you know what, it'd be a good 1 week if we did an episode drunk.
Oh, yes, the drunk ones. The drunk ones.
The drunk ones. So the first one we did was like, I think, was it The Punisher that we did?
Yes.
Was that the first one we did?
And we had a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yeah, so Darren was like, do you like whiskey? I was like, I don't mind a bit of JD. He's like, I've got this fantastic JD and honey. And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. So I had it, enjoyed it, and we were drinking it straight. And one of us, well, both of us got drunk. One of us more than the other.
Yes, I can handle it a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't tend to drink that often.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
But there's just one episode. Well, not one episode. There's one clip on that episode of you where he's trying to explain a door, and he's creeping up to the door. He's trying to explain it. He's like, the guy goes over. He's sneaking up. There's a hole in the door. He's like, little motherfuckers, I'm going to get you.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I see a load of gangbangers.
I see him.
I know what I'm going to do is fucking stuff. He shoves it in the fucking... And what the fuck was that?
Okay. For sober people, right? Erik is really drunk animal, right? So Erik is really drunk. Right. It's no Erik. Right, so Erik is really drunk at the moment. So what happens is he sticks his gun through. He fires at a grenade launcher and blows everybody to pieces in the room.
Literally what I just said.
That was not what you said.
I did. I said he puts his gun in. He fires a grenade. He looks through the gap. He sees the gangbangers everywhere. He puts his gun in and he goes poof, and blows them all up.
You didn't say that.
I did. That is probably the one episode where we had to do so many retakes because it'd be like I'd just be sat here and I'd just go, and then he goes in there and he goes over and he does the fuck. And he'd be like,
literally.
What? And I'd be like, right, 1 second, right, okay, let's do another take. And I'd be sat here trying to get it in my head. And then we go, right, go. And I'm like, think sober thoughts.
Yeah.
And then it was just, yeah. So I had the pleasure of editing that one. And I remember waking up the next morning, I was hungover to hell. And I remember thinking, right, I need to see what happened last night. So I start playing, and I'm like, starts off well, and I'm going through, and I'm like, what the fuck? What have I just said there? What is going on? And I remember, I think I FaceTimed you, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I was like, mate, what did we do last night? He was fine. He was like, the hangover just did not touch him at all.
Oh, yeah, I don't get hangovers.
He was
It's
just
great.
like, you're right, mate. And I'm like, no, I'm dying. I'm like, watching this back. I need you to watch some of this. And he was like, oh, my God.
See, the thing is, what he's forgetting there, I had to put a bit of ketamine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, put a bit of ketamine inside your drinks.
Please tell me you didn't. I swear to God. I won't put it past you, to be fair.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You're safe, don't worry.
I don't take drinks. I don't like leaving my drinks unattended around you. You're a dodgy motherfucker. You see, Darren thinks he's the prank master general over there, but he's... Yeah.
Normally, it'd be a bit of laxative or something on my nutsack.
My nuts. Just dipped his nuts in. He's like, you're not allergic to nuts, are you?
No, these nuts.
We did try a couple of other drunk episodes. I can't remember which one did we do with the
Is it Super Mario?
Is it Super Mario?
We've done salts, didn't we? Smelling salts.
Oh,
that blew your head off.
So he's like, to try and get us a bit perked up before the podcast. He's like, oh, do you know what's really good? I've not had in ages, smelling salts, and I'd never, I obviously heard of them from like boxing matches and stuff, but I'd never used them, never come across them.
By the way, it's not bath salts; it's literally smelling salts.
Yeah,
you literally crack open the lid, you give it a whiff, and powerlifters normally use it to give them like a little bit of a burst of energy.
Yeah,
and it burns. So
this motherfucker gets me round. Says, right, before we start, take a sniff of that. So obviously, like I say, never come across them before in real life. Seen it in like boxing matches where he used to wake up boxers that are knocked out.
Yeah, basically.
Slides it over the table. He's like, just give it a quick whiff. And you've got it on video. You can see it. I think is it at the beginning of Super Mario?
Super Mario Brothers. Go watch that one.
Super Mario Brothers. So at the very beginning of that is me taking my first ever sniff of smelling salts, and my God, it felt like I had been stabbed in my head.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Ow! 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 What the fuck is that? Ow! Why does it hurt at the back? It felt like someone had stabbed up my nose and come out through the back of my head. I still cringe when I think about it now. And he's just sat there laughing his head off.
It's funny.
Because I like literally, you could hold it right down by your belly button, and you could still get the fumes coming off it.
I think it's like ammonium or something. That
I've no idea.
Yeah.
Where is it? Still have it kicking about here? Oh, here it is. Here's a smelling salt. So
I probably doesn't smell of anything now. The smell's gone.
I'm not even dry ammonia.
Ammonia, that's the one.
Yeah, so like dry piss.
Cat piss, probably.
Cat piss, probably. Wolf piss by the looks of it. Looking at the bottle, I'm not even going to see if that's even still.
It's intense.
It's intense.
I mean, if you got a blocked nose, it clears it.
Mate, if you want to lose your brain,
yeah, nothing there.
You can. Oh no!
I've got blocked nose. Look.
Generally. Yeah, that's probably why. Let's have a look. Go on, I'll give it.
Nothing there. It always lasts like a few days. How cautious he is,
mate. Because last time there's
nothing there.
Oh yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, not like it before. It's like when you opened it, you could sense the vapor coming off it. That's how.
Oh
bad it was.
Yeah. If you put it inside a plastic bag, it comes through the smell.
Yeah.
I just press it on and put it in the bin.
I imagine it would probably melt a plastic bag there.
Ooh.
Anyway, so that's Super Mario Brothers, and then we did an episode, didn't we, where we decided to try and get drunk on Copperberg rather than the straight whiskey. And that one didn't end very well because I just remember after it just feeling gassy and bloated as fuck and not drunk in the slightest.
Yeah. Drinking 10 Copperbergs within a 2 hour, 3 hour period.
Yeah.
It's not good for your belly. You're really bloated. Not. You feel like you've been drinking vinegar and you're not pissed.
No, you're not pissed because it's like 4%.
Yeah.
And they were these tiny little cans, I think, weren't they? So that was fun. And then we did do another drunk episode where we were back on the whiskey, but
it was a litre bottle this time.
We kept it a bit more clean. I can't remember. What one was that?
I don't know, but we were shit-faced.
We did get shit-faced, but it wasn't as bad as the Punisher. It wasn't Punisher shit-faced.
No.
I can't even remember what episode that was.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, is it?
Yeah, kind of.
You know, to be honest, sometimes I look back and I think I can't. To be honest, I can't believe we've made it to 50 so far.
I can.
Let alone the fact that I can't remember half the ones we talked about.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So that's I think that's pretty much kind of the backstory, isn't it? Of how we came about and how we've come along.
Talking about
Yeah.
some of the ones that we can't forget and ones that we can forget.
Yeah.
It could probably take us into our next segment.
Yeah, go on.
Which will be the overall best and the worst movies that we've done.
Okay.
Top three each.
Yeah. So do you want to start with top or worst?
Go for the best. My personal best three.
Okay, so start with number 3.
Yep.
What's your third best? So this is what we've covered so far.
Yeah.
Are you able to pull up the Wall of Fame?
Yeah, sure. I'll get that up there.
You can actually see. So these, if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, you can see behind us. You've got all the films we've done. We've sorted them into categories as we've gone along. So we've got one to skip, worth a watch, and must see movies.
Yep.
So these are all the films we've done over the past year, over the past 50 episodes. Well, 49.
Yep.
So there should be 49 films up there if Darren's added them all properly.
Actually, I'm going to change that one.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to change one of them.
The what?
So, originally, I did have the Batman Forever.
Right.
Right? As number 3.
Right.
However, looking at the list there, I'm actually going to change it to Ghost Rider.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Number 3, Ghost Rider.
Because I thought that was a funny episode. I had a good time doing it, and we ripped the shit out of Nicolas Cage a lot.
That was the one where we constantly went on about jelly beans, not being able to pull a wheelie.
Yes.
I remember listening.
About that.
I remember listening back to that one a couple of months back because I thought I'll listen to one of our earlier ones and see how it sounded. Because speaking of early ones, I think it was Dragon Ball Z where you were doing your lazy editing, and I think if you listen to it on like Spotify or something like that, about 1 hour 40 into it, he forgot to turn off one of the feeds, so it just echoes for about 20 minutes. I don't think you've ever fixed it, have you?
No, I just left it.
You just left it, yeah. So we have a tendency sometimes to get a little bit crude on these podcasts that we do.
One more so than the other.
Yeah, you do get a bit bad.
No, you.
Me.
You. Let's go over the whole story, which we dragged on for about 10, maybe 15 episodes, of our dear friend Megan Fox.
Okay, so in my defense, it really relates back to Expendables, where there's a certain scene where her and Jason Statham are getting down to business, and she just gives the impression that she's a bit sticky to the touch, is I think how I described it at the time.
Pretty much.
Was it not you that mentioned that she was like covered in jizz?
Well,
she was sticky because she was covered in jizz, and I said like it's like candy floss, or was it you?
I can't remember like what was said or anything, but however, it looked like she just came home from the gym, so she was sweaty.
Yeah.
And then she looked sticky at the same time.
Yeah.
And she looked like, you said, just been eating loads of candy floss, and she's got like sticky fingers. Like, stay away from my like iPad or anything like that. Yeah,
I think it was kind of like, I think I described it as like when your kids had hold of you, like your iPad or your phone or something, and they've been eating like sticky candy, like candy floss, and you get that stickiness on
or jelly sweets.
Or jelly sweets or something, and it was kind of like in that particular scene, she looked like if you touched her, it'd be like a sticky feeling. So that's where it came from, but we carried it on throughout quite a few podcasts. It was kind of with similar to with Van Damme's balls.
Yes. Where do they go?
Yeah, because we had a few. We did a few podcasts where we were reviewing Van Damme films, and we've gone on a bad tangent now, haven't we? Anyway, so
you always go on tangents, Erik.
Oh yeah, we do. And it was kind of like he has a habit of doing the splits.
Every single film.
Every film he does the splits, and we're like, yeah, we get it. You do the splits, but it's kind of like I was just curious as to where his balls go.
It's like a turtle head, isn't it? It just pops in.
I just always imagined it as the legs came up, the balls just kind of must tuck inside almost.
You're getting a bit of an insight of Eric's brain here.
Well, especially in like Double Impact, because Double Impact, he's doing the splits and he's in tight.
Time Cop
as well.
He jumps up as well, doesn't he, onto like a kitchen counter?
Yeah.
There's like one leg on each side.
Yeah, because he's in like boxer shorts at that point. Yeah. And he does the leg at each side, and it's like, where the fuck did the balls go? Well, that was kind of where that one started. If you listen to some of our previous episodes. But yeah, but you think if you think some of the ones that we do are crude, you should see the stuff we cut out.
Yes.
It's really, we can't really talk about some of it, but there are quite a few times where we're like, yeah, we can't really discuss that. We maybe edit that one out.
Yeah, that's that happens.
Yeah,
Certainly does.
it certainly does. It really does. But going back to our top 3 best films, so what did you have as your number 3? You had Ghost Rider.
Yeah, so mine was Ghost Rider.
Yeah, so Ghost Rider was a good film. What did we put it in? Worth a watch.
It's worth a watch, and do you know what? Yeah, I thought it was a really good film. Comedy moments were in the film as well because it was just stupid. The character that he played, it was proper like simple.
He was simple.
And he has what was it with the jelly beans?
I don't know. The jelly beans in his martini glass. Was it?
He would just sit down randomly and start drinking martini glass, like you say, with jelly beans.
Yeah, full of jelly beans.
It's really weird. And then he'll pull like a giant jar out from nowhere.
Well, yeah, I think we said at the time it's almost like Nicolas Cage came up with it for his like character's backstory, and when he'd and then even the scenes like when he would cage out, but then it was the whole thing about his like him and his dad at the beginning are like stunt riders, but his dad doesn't like him pulling wheelies. Yeah. And then we got onto the whole thing, and it was mentioned throughout the podcast, maybe a bit too much.
A little bit too much, but it was funny.
Bit too much that his dad resented him because his dad could never pull a wheelie, and that's why his mum left. But I think I was getting onto it before. I was listening back to that podcast a while back, and I was like, Jesus Christ, guys, we like
let it go.
So sometimes like I think you said it previously in our previous podcast. It's like I get
like a dog with a bone, aren't you?
Like a dog with a bone, yeah. So it becomes my bone, and it's what I mentioned throughout. I think I've got a little bit better over
a little
the
bit,
podcast.
Yeah, I think you got a bit better there, mate.
It's all been a learning curve.
It definitely has. What was your number 3?
So my number 3 was Time Cop.
Time Cop.
I love Time Cop, and I still do. We did put it in. Where did we put it? No, we did not put it in Worth a watch. It should be a must see. Surely.
That's where it is.
Well, Time Cop was that was a favourite film of mine when I was a kid.
I think it was one of them films, isn't it, where you remember it being really great, and then you actually watch it to do the channel again. You're like, yeah, 25 years later, it's not really kept.
Once you kind of analysing it to do a review of it, and you kind of taking it a bit more seriously than you probably should, and you're getting nitpicky like we tend to be, then yeah, it does kind of take it down a peg or two.
Exactly. It's like one of the scenes where he's going around with like a BlackBerry phone and just plugs it into a payphone and gets all the PDA and all the information out of everything.
Yeah, he's got like a Palm Pilot or something on here, and it's just like, what are you doing, mate? It's like days before the internet.
Yeah, it was a bit out there.
Well, no, that was I still enjoyed Time Cop. I'd probably watch that again, to be honest.
Yep.
I really did enjoy it.
What about your number 2?
My number 2 was The Brothers Grimsby.
Oh my God, I've put the same.
Have you?
I've put that for number 2.
That one is probably one of our shortest podcasts, but I think we just laughed the whole way through.
All the way through.
It's just such a hilarious film. We put that in a must-see, didn't we? I think it's just above my head here.
It was one of them films where it's literally every single scene is a laugh-out-loud moment.
It's just slapstick. I mean, like the parts where like he like that line that what's the bald guy called again? What's the actor called?
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong, yeah. So when Mark Strong says you managed to do Harry Potter in 5 minutes what it took Voldemort 7 films to do.
Yeah. You give him 8.
He gave him 8. Give Harry Potter 8. And it's like, I've no idea what bloody Sacha Baron Cohen had against Daniel Radcliffe at the time, but...
No, yeah, he did get him quite a bit. And it's that little kid as well, with like the little bloody ball in the condom.
Oh, yeah.
And that's smacking everybody. He goes, get him now! And the next minute, a dog gets thrown over a balcony, and then like a wheelchair.
No, yeah, towards the end when they throw the kid in the wheelchair. When he...
So many moments like that, you think, fuck me.
Oh.
And then with the venom from the caterpillar, he's like, right, that's it. I'm going to die in 60 seconds if you don't suck it out my shoulder. It's a bit gay, that, isn't it? I'm not doing that. I really want.
And then he has to suck it out his balls.
Yeah. He goes, there's another one, Nobby. There's another one. He goes, do you know what? If I really wanted to find you, I could have found you in 2 minutes on Grindr.
Yeah. Oh, that is such a funny film. It's like from the very beginning, where they're in the bed shop and they're just like it's bump and grind or something in it.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting laid in the middle of a bed shop.
We'll take this one.
We'll take this one, yeah. And then he carries the mattress home. But you were in Grimsby the other week, weren't you?
Yeah,
So
I was actually.
He was in Grimsby with his job, driving the HGV, and he just rings me and he's just going, "Guess where I am?" I'm like, "No," and he just goes, "Nobby, Nobby," screaming it out the window. "Nobby, has anyone seen me, Nobby?
Have you seen him anywhere? Hey, have you seen my Nobby?
Have you seen me, Nobby?" Well, no, that is a class film. I could watch that over and over again. That one. That's one of the rare ones when it didn't feel like a chore to give it like 3 watches.
No, exactly. And I think, number one,
Go on.
I think we've probably got the same again.
Go on.
Believe it or not.
Go on.
Shazam.
No.
No?
Your number one Shazam.
Or is it fuck? Samurai Cop.
Samurai
mate.
Cop, I was going to say. Fucking Shazam.
Samurai Cop. Guys, if you've never seen this film, this is one thing I love about doing this podcast is because you find hidden gems.
Yeah.
What are Below Six? It's so underground, this film. It is unreal. It's $7,000 budget.
Oh.
The acting is the worst acting you've ever seen. Every scene at the filming is literally, it's so bad.
This is Samurai Cop, right? Is the only film where we've reviewed it on the podcast, and then the next day I've watched it again because I had to introduce my dad to it, and my dad sat there laughing his head off all the way through it.
And a little bit of backstory about this film as well.
Yeah.
So the main actor, he had long, luscious, great, perfect hair. And after the filming,
I forgot
a couple
about it.
months later, he cut all his hair off.
Yeah.
Then he got a phone call from the director. Right, we need to go over a couple of the scenes. Can you come back in and do it?
Oh.
So what they had to do is hire a wig.
Hire a wig.
And you can tell it's a wig. So some of the scenes, they didn't film it in order as well.
Yeah.
So literally, at the start of the film, he's normal. Then 10 minutes in, he's wearing a wig. And then he's back to normal. 25 minutes, he's wearing a wig. And then he's back to normal.
Some scenes the wig comes off.
Yeah. Trying to fight at the scene. The wig changes. The background changes. The actors start changing. It's so bad.
Mate, the thing is with that film is they should have released it as a spoof.
That's what it was like.
It was like a spoof movie that was trying to be taken seriously, and it's just I think they've even made a second one like about 15 years later, didn't they? Which we need to review, but even to the point where like some of the scenes, like you say, they bring them back, and you can tell that like they're all in the same office. It's like I think I watched after we had reviewed it, I watched someone else's kind of review, and I think that someone was interviewing the main actor in it.
Yeah.
And he was saying that basically the director brought them back to do certain scenes, like filler scenes, and they were all shot in the office. So when you watch it back after seeing that, I was thinking, God, they're all in the same room there. They've all got the same white background. And in one of the scenes when he's having to do this speech, this long-ass speech about how, like, Japanese people come over here and they're hardworking and all stuff like that, and he just looks completely fed up, and he's just like...
It just could not be arsed.
He's just like huffing all the way through it. And and then that weird fella in the restaurant still gets me.
Which one?
So who killed him? Himself!
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know. I still don't get why he was even cast in the film.
It's so random. Literally, he goes out from like a serious scene and he goes, Joe speaks to the waiter, goes, hey,
Joe.
Who's that girl? What's the name? You know, I want to try and get a number. And the guy goes, it's her. It's Dad. He's dead. What? He's dead? What happened? He killed himself. He what? He suicided? Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I said. So his dad killed himself. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is going on?
And then he's like, would you mind giving her my number? And he's like, okay.
And he goes, what's your name? He goes, my name is Paul Radvichko and I had a car last year. He goes, okay. He goes, do you want to know my second name? He's like, no, forget it. He walks off.
Fucking do I fuck, mate? Mate, but that best film we've ever done on this, and I think it would be a hard stretch to beat it.
Yeah.
What was the other bits as well? Like
So many when they're doing a car chase.
Yeah. Shoot.
Shoot. Shoot.
And the guy falling out the back of the van, and it's like, you can just tell it's like 3, 2, 1, go, and the guy just rolls. And
Oh my God, the guy who got set on fire.
yeah.
So literally, the van, after a car chase, shooting each other, they're in the middle of a desert, right? He crashes into a cactus, and then the van just blows up. Look at a cactus. And the guy who was driving the van was a Mexican guy, and then the guy who's on fire getting out of the van is a white guy who looks at the camera while he's on fire.
Well, in that interview I saw with the main guy, apparently when him and the Joe and the guy who plays Frank, I think is, turned up on set that day, they didn't know that's what they were going to do, and the director basically said, right, we're going to set this guy on fire. There's blankets and a fire extinguisher in the back of the car. We just need you to put him out. And they're like, what? And then he just lit the guy on fire. And we were like, oh, shit. So,
no ambulance.
No. So, like, the guy who's on fire is kind of, you can see him in the scene just kind of looking at him going, come on, guys, come on. And then,
Put me out.
And then the copper at the hospital, when he looks like he's just come off a cocaine bender.
He does.
And he's like...
Steve.
Steve. And his eyes are just red as fuck, and he's like...
He's got the sweats.
He's like, I'll protect the guy. I'll protect them. I'll protect them with this, don't you worry. And then the nurse, would you like to fuck me? Why, yes. Let me see what you got. I've
big.
had bigger. And then Frank's reaction's just like...
I forgot about all that.
Seriously, guys, if you've not... You can watch it for free on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. That's where we watched it. Just Google Samurai Cop, just do yourself a favour and watch that film. just enjoy it for what it is. It's amazing, but no, that's got to be number one.
It's got to be.
Should we do our worst?
Yes. We are on to the worst.
So, my third worst, Rebel Moon.
Oh, third. Okay.
So, Rebel Moon was the most boring ass film I've ever seen in my life.
I've got it as number one.
Have you?
Yeah, so we'll go cover it at the same time now.
Yeah.
It was so long, pointless, it went nowhere, and it was just boring.
It was basically, you know when you watch a heist movie and they get the crew together? It was that part of the whole film was just them getting a crew together.
Yep, knocking off Star Wars at the same time.
Yes. The main antagonist in it I'd liked. I remember that at the time.
Yeah.
The woman in it, I can't remember the actress's name, but she was just boring as fuck. She just had resting bored face through the whole of it.
That's what it's one of them films where you're meant to hate the protagonist.
Yeah.
And you actually start rooting for him.
A few weeks back I rewatched Game of Thrones. That actor was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, right.
But he got replaced in the next season by a different guy. And I never clocked onto it when I was watching it season by season. He plays one of Daenerys' mates. You know when she's at that city with the pyramid? And she's banging that guy.
The slave trade one.
Yeah, and she starts banging that guy who basically gave her the city.
Yeah.
He's like a mercenary or something like that. He
Black
plays, he's not black, no, but...
Oh.
No, there's a bit later on. Anyway, he plays that character, but in the season before she starts sleeping with him. He kind of changed the character from one season to the next.
Oh, the one who's like the head of the rising sun or something?
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, so when he originally takes the city, at the end of that, I think it's like season 3 or something like that, it's played by him, and he has long hair in it.
Right.
And then in the next season, they replaced the actor.
Now you mention it, mate. Yeah, with the long hair.
Yeah.
I can picture his face with the long hair.
Yeah. It's him. And I was like, where do I recognise him from? I'm like, oh, fucking Rebel Moon. But Rebel Moon, what I think when we reviewed it at the time, I think that's the only film where we originally put it in worth a watch, and then we moved it to one to skip when the second one came out.
Yep.
Because the plan was we thought, well, this one's a setup for the second one.
And it can't get worse, can it?
But the second one had such bad reviews that we just thought, fuck it, you know what? Let's just put it in one to skip. We're not even going to watch the second one. Because it was that boring of a film. I think it's probably the most boring podcast we've done.
Yeah,
because we just didn't know what to talk about with it.
Yeah, it was real difficult to do. Really was.
It was like, so she goes to the next person, and then she goes to the next person, and then the film ends, and it's like, oh, okay.
The only good thing about it was the CGI. Like I say, credit where credit is due.
yeah.
CGI was fantastic.
Yeah, the CGI was spot on. And to be honest, the only reason I've not watched the second one, but I wanted to see what the script was with that random robot that was in it.
Because at the end, he sticks his head up out the wild with like deer horns on.
Yeah.
It's like, what's happened here, mate?
Because it was Anthony Hopkins wanted that did the voice for it, and I was like, I want to kind of see where that goes. But to be honest, I was that fatigued by the woman's face by the end of that one. I just couldn't do it again.
You just wanted it to die.
The thing was as well,
the main character just be replaced.
Yeah,
it was a bad casting choice.
Especially with our first couple of films, I was starting, especially after Texas Chainsaw Massacre and then Jingle All the Way, I was starting to get a bit of reputation on this podcast of hating women and kids.
He was.
Because the kid in Jingle All the Way was just that. He's the same kid that played the really young Anakin Skywalker in episode 1.
Yeah, and everyone hated him in that.
Yeah, everyone hated him in that, and in Jingle All the Way, he was the same whiny little shite.
Yep, except worse.
Yep.
If Schwarzenegger was not in that film, I'd like to think.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger outacted him. I'm not saying something.
My number 3 was actual Texas Chainsaw.
Was it?
Yeah.
Right.
And that was awful. I mean, how many times have they got to shoot the guy in the face where he's dead and he still comes back time and time again? He got cut up, he got burned, he got shot in the face with a shotgun, shot with a rifle, shot with a pistol, dead God knows how many times, and he just keeps coming back time and time again. The only good thing about that one was when Melody got her head cut off at the end.
Yes.
I was like,
woo! Yeah, the thing was, right, I think that's the only kind
fuck.
I think that's the only kind of slasher film where I was literally rooting for the antagonist.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted him to kill. It was basically a bunch of woke people go to this town to try and take over. They bought the town or some bollocks, and these people are just the most annoying, woke, pretentious, hipster felons you'll ever meet. And these somehow don't they like kill Leatherface's mum or cause her to fucking die or something?
Yeah, it's pretty much 2024's version of California.
Yeah,
going out into Texas.
Basically, yeah. There was a whole thing about bringing the woman back from the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre to come and get her revenge, and it wasn't even the same actress.
Yeah, they hyped it up so much throughout the whole film. You can see her like thinking, "Yeah, she's like a badass here. She's gonna save the day." She gets killed straight away.
She's like, they big her up like she's some kind of Sarah Connor in Terminator. Like she's been training for years, waiting for Leatherface to come back since the first one. And then it turned out when we were doing our research in it that it's not even the same actress as the actress who played the original woman. Died a couple of years before, I think it was.
Yep.
So there was no need to even bring the character back because it wasn't even the same actress. And like Darren said, as soon as she arrives in the town, she just dies.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Away.
Well, when you say she dies straight away, she gets maimed, but then it takes like an hour or so for her to actually die.
She gets picked up with the chainsaw, right, and then thrown into the trash, and then forgotten about for about 25 minutes. And then somehow she manages to get the energy to shoot him again later.
And give advice to one of the girls.
Then die.
And then she has the decency to die. And then the guy's running around with the quietest chainsaw in existence that can literally. It was like a lightsaber. It could cut through anything.
It was electric.
Yeah.
No, to be eco-friendly.
It must have been. What a stupid film.
Number 2.
My number 2, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That for me was just a terrible film. It was the second one we ever did.
How can you say it's a bad film when the guy has like a little bit of quiff on his head and he does a headstand sliding across a car whilst fighting 3 people?
You basically just hit the nail on the head. It's stupid. You even said at the time that it didn't even live up to the comic series, the anime series, whatever it is.
It done the comics really, really bad, and the animation.
And it had some kind of weird bad guy in it, and I didn't kind of grasp at the time, well, I still don't, what these Dragon Balls were even about. And then you've got some woman who, if I remember rightly, pulls a bloody motorcycle out of her ass.
Oh, yeah, she did that.
And then they spend half the film in a fucking hole that they get trapped in because they're all idiots. They're driving down the road and someone set a trap by putting a big hole in the middle of the road and they all somehow manage to drive into it. And then they're all arguing.
One who traps them.
Yeah.
He's got to be one of the worst actors I've ever seen.
Yes. He really was.
He was bad. He was nearly my worst actor.
Because don't they spend like an hour in the hole and then eventually one of the guys just goes, and jumps out?
Pretty much.
Was it Chow Yun-fat or someone like that who was in it?
I can't remember what his name is.
The guy who was a bulletproof monk, was it? Yeah.
Him. Jumps out the hole, no problems.
Yeah. After they spent like 3 hours arguing with each other, and then when they finally stop arguing, he goes, "Right, you finished now?" And they're like, "Yeah," and he goes, "All right, mate, I'm out." And jumps out, and it's like, eh? And then you have kind of Pickle Rick at the end for some reason.
Yeah.
Piccolo was his name.
Yeah, Piccolo.
Was that his name, Piccolo?
Piccolo.
Yeah. That was just, to me, that was just like a really, really, really terrible. And I think it's the lowest rated one we've done.
It is.
On IMDb. What was it, like a 3.5 or something?
If it's 2.5 or something.
2.5.
Yeah.
Not even, I'm bigging it up.
You are, mate. I'll find out actually what it is.
What's your number 2? You already done it. We done your number 2. No, go on.
Right. The reason why this is not number 1 is because Rebel Moon was so boring.
Right.
Right. And it was a hard one to talk about.
Your Rebel Moon's number 1, isn't it?
Yeah. So the reason why this is number 2 and not number 1, because I really dislike the film, but there was a lot to talk about.
Go on.
And it was quite funny when we done it, to be fair. Madam Web.
Mate.
It was awful.
I don't know. I disagreed with you a bit on that. I don't get me wrong, it's a bad film.
Mate, what the hell is it about? The whole Amazonian people coming around, running up across trees. There's some type of like superpower Spider-Man race. What don't do web slinging. Then you got the bad guy who beats the shit out of random people for no reason. He then does the web slinging whilst he's in the subway, but when he's chasing him down New York City, he's jumping from vehicle to vehicle, gets electrocuted by bloody defibs, knocks him out. And the only thing that this woman does throughout the whole film is steal 2 vehicles and run the guy over twice to save the day. Her superpowers is to see 5 seconds in the future.
Yes.
And then her whole main power that they bigged up to say, oh, you can split yourself into 4 different people. All she does is at the moment where he actually needs help, 3 of the girls dangling, right? She makes 4 copies of herself. And all she does is literally put her hand on the shoulder and go, it's going to be okay, don't worry. Listen,
she does
pull
help
up,
one or
get
two
her out
of
of the
them,
fire. And then Ezekiel goes, well, hold my beer, bitch, and just punches her in the gut, and then they all disappear and go back into her.
And then the guy that's like jumped about and been run over by 7 cars and stuff like that gets killed by a falling sign.
Yes.
From about 50 feet. Yeah, I will give you, don't get me wrong, it's a terrible film, but I don't think it's as bad as you kind of have in your head, to be honest.
I'm interested to see what your number 1 is.
My number 1 has been number 1 since day dot.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Is it still?
It's Independence Day is the worst film I've ever seen in my entire life. Independence Day Regurgence, as I call it. Resurgence. Terrible, terrible, terrible film. It's what started this podcast off, and it's still the worst film I have ever seen.
I will be honest with you, I think Men in Black was worse.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. There's no film on that list that you could say to me, I would even watch American Ninja over...
American Ninja was a good film, though.
American Ninja was not a good film.
It was a good film.
It wasn't. If it was a number... If we were doing the 4, American Ninja would probably be number 4.
You reckon?
Yeah.
My number 4 was Mario Brothers.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like Mario Brothers.
It's bad.
With Daisy's bone pit. But
yeah, the bone pit was gushing.
It was gushing. I'll give you that. She did have a gushing bone pit. But I don't know. Independence Day is just...
You've just got a grudge against it.
Mate, it's not just the film. It's the fact that I loved Independence Day the first one when it came out. It was like one of my favourite films as a kid.
And then
waited 20 fucking years to make that piece of shit sequel.
Yep.
That was just half the time. Even David's dad in it, driving around in a school bus full of kids like some kind of
that was weird.
pervert paedophile for no reason. Just leave him out the film. Leave him out the fucking. They could have done so much more with it.
Yeah, completely.
It's just a horrible film. And like I say, I had such high hopes. I paid money to go and see it. I made a night of it, and it just let me down. And I could not believe what I was watching. It was like if they had made it to go to like a straight to DVD kind of movie. That's what it was to me.
Oh yeah, bargain bucket,
Yeah,
all the way.
Definitely. And it was just considering they had 20 years, there's so much they could have done.
Yep.
And it was just a horrendous film. Never, ever, ever, ever watch it. If you've never seen it, thank yourself lucky. If I could get one of them things from Men in Black and flash myself with
Wipe
it,
yourself clean.
I'd wipe it clean.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But if you did that, you wouldn't have this podcast.
Well, yeah.
That's the problem, mate.
But as I said at the beginning, it's the whole reason the podcast exists, because Darren and I was like, well, got to do that film
technically,
first.
you've got to thank the film. So we would not be here today if it wasn't for
I'm
that.
never going to thank that film. You can fuck right off. If that film was a person, I'd kill it and go to prison. I'm sorry, but it's just terrible.
It is bad one. It is bad.
It is bad.
Right, okay. Next up, we have got the quiz section.
Go on. So you're quizzing me? Is this your theme tune?
Boom. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, for the top quiz of the 50th episode for Six and Below Movie Podcast.
I'm excited.
More serious now.
Mate, he's told me he's been planning this quiz for a while. And he keeps teasing me with it, but won't tell me what it's about or anything. So
you have a total of 32 questions.
I don't even know what's the quiz about.
About our podcast.
So it's what? About previous episodes?
Kind of, yes.
Right.
Okay. So what it is movie taglines. Taglines.
All this time, and you taglines.
Taglines. So, for an example, the one for Jaws, it'll be. I don't know what the one for Jaws is, really. That's a bad example.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water.
Is that what it is?
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the tagline. You've got to try and guess what film it is.
Okay.
From the tagline.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I got this.
Only the films that we've covered so far.
Okay.
So we've done 50 films, and I've got 32 for you.
One.
Not every single one I have them on.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number one.
Obviously, if you want to play along at home, leave comments below. Let us know how many you got.
Yeah.
See if you can beat me, which you probably will, to be fair.
Yeah, pretty well. Okay.
No cheating.
One. Okay, you ready? Round one.
Fight.
Fatality. Okay, here we go.
Get over here. Mortal Kombat.
You have the right to remain silent. Dead silent.
Right to remain silent. Dead silent. Can I just quickly have a look at what films we've done, because I can't remember half of them. You have the right to remain silent. Dead silent. Dead silent. Dead silent. What could that be?
So you've got the list of the films there.
Yeah. I'm just looking through the list of the films.
Yeah.
Dead silent. You have the right to... Samurai Cop.
Samurai Cop! Right, well done.
Okay.
They killed his wife 10 years ago. There's still time to save her.
Time Cop.
Hey, you're doing all right, eh? Are you who you think you are?
Are you who you think you are? 6th Day.
6th Day. Well done, mate. You know, you're doing all right.
So far, so good.
Right. That's a quick one as well. Opening wide.
Opening wide.
The
Meg.
You got like a list there or something?
No, literally, that's all. I've just got the channel open.
You can see the thing on that.
See what thing? You
little cheat.
It's literally just a list of films.
It's the movie posters that got the thing on it.
No, it's not.
Zoom into it.
Where on the Meg does it say
Right, go on,
anything?
go on new folders instead, your files.
I don't have my files. Fine, I'll...
Tell you what, I'll put the Wall of Fame on.
Put the Wall of Fame up. There we go.
You might be able to see it on there as well.
I can barely read the must-see movie, but so go on. It's just a reminder because there's 49 bloody films there, and I can't remember half of them.
Yeah, actually. Go on. You've got the file names, haven't you?
No.
Yeah, you have.
I haven't.
On your drive.
I haven't.
He's trying to cheat here,
Have I got
guys.
my drive with me?
Yeah.
I haven't. Carry on. Come on. Carry on.
Okay.
Just leave that up. Leave that up.
Right, one sec. After verifying,
Okay, so we had a little break there while Darren sent me the list of films. Right. Because he thinks I can get it from the movie posters.
that's where his comes from.
You dickhead. Right, come on.
Okay, I'll let you benefit of the doubt for the top 4. Okay?
Okay.
Not too bad. It's
Number
not too
4.
bad.
Come on, number 4.
Number 5.
Have we
The
not had
epic-
4 already, have we?
Yeah,
oh,
number
yeah,
4.
yeah, the
Yeah.
meg, yeah. Right, go
The epic conclusion of the Jurassic era.
on. Jurassic World.
Cheating. Which one?
Whatever the one we did. I can't fucking remember. Dominion.
Yes. Dying was their first mistake.
Dying was their first mistake. Murder mystery?
Some of them are easier than others.
Murder mystery?
No.
No!
Bang.
What was it?
It was The Do-Over.
Ah, fuck's sake.
I forgot about we'd done that one.
I forgot we'd done the do-over.
No. Think You're Alone? Think again.
Independence Day Regurgence.
No.
What?
Hollow Man.
Oh.
See? You haven't got the thing in front of you.
Oh.
See, I caught him out, guys. He was cheating.
You think you're alive? I wasn't cheating.
Long time ago, he made a deal to save someone he loved.
Long time ago, he made a deal to save someone he loved.
Some of them are really obvious. And then some of them like, huh?
Say that one again.
Long ago, he made a deal to save someone he loved.
Made a deal to save someone he loved. God, I just remembered Fred Claus. Ugh, Vince Vaughn.
Oh, that was a bad one, wasn't it?
That's a bad one. Save someone he loved. He made a deal to... I don't know.
You have to hurry you up.
I know. Boom.
It'll be a 30-second time on each question for you.
Batman
now.
Forever.
No.
Go
It
on.
was Ghost Rider.
Oh, I made a deal to... So, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
His daddy can't pull a wheelie.
His daddy can't pull a wheel.
Right, go on.
We had 20 years to prepare, so they did.
Independence Day.
It was.
You had 20 years to make a good film and you fucked it.
You fucked it up. Twin brothers torn apart by violence on revenge mission. One packs a piece, one packs a punch. Together they deliver.
Damn, Van Damme, damage, double the damage, double the impact.
That is right. That was a funny episode. That was a funny episode.
That was
today.
a funny episode. I liked it when
enjoyed
when you did that from the trailer and it was like double the damn, god damn it, damn, holy damn.
Yeah, I like that bit.
Yeah, it does. It still sounds like a porno to me.
It does. It does.
Double the impact.
It turns around and goes, she met the brother. I went to do my brother. I got double damage.
It's got double damage, double damn.
Double damn. Okay, number 11.
Well,
Currently, you got 7 out of 11. It's not too bad.
we had 11 already. Jeez.
Yeah.
Right, go on.
Nothing in this world has prepared you for this.
Nothing in this world has prepared you for this. Nothing in this world has prepared you for this. Nothing in this world has prepared you. Monster Hunter.
No.
Ah,
Not a bad guess, though, to be fair.
go on.
Mortal Kombat.
Let's go. Mortal Kombat.
The Face of Madness returns.
The Face of Madness returns. Face of Madness. Madness.
Some of these could be several films that were covered.
It could be. Who has a mad face? Batman? Got
No.
Two-Face in it?
Yeah, I can see where you're
He's-
coming from. And you got Riddler who's mad as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off with your Texas Chainsaws.
Number 13. Oh my God.
Oh, Shazam.
Shazam.
Fury of the Gods.
That is right. A whodunit with teeth.
Werewolves Within.
Yes.
That's an underrated film.
That really is.
Except for the ending.
Yeah, the ending really went shit.
I don't know
Overall,
what it-
good film. When you live forever, what do you live for?
When you live forever, what do you live for? You live forever. Who lived forever? When you live forever, what do you live for?
Mm,
It
like a riddle.
is. Batman Forever.
It's just going to say Batman until it comes out.
Well, you said it. You gave me a hint with riddle.
No.
Was it not?
No.
When you live forever, Batman Forever.
Twilight.
Oh, fuck off, Twilight.
Twilight, mate.
Fucking Twilight.
That was a funny episode we did.
That was.
There was a lot of movie errors on that one.
There was a lot with the ghost driver and stuff, and
Yep. And the little random kid.
Yeah. Mate, that was a terrible film.
It was awful. Really was. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, go on.
The deadliest art of the Orient is now in the hands of an American.
American Ninja.
Yes. Well done. Well done.
I hate that film.
Currently got 10 right out of 17.
All right, okay.
Or 16, should I say.
Hope you
Number
guys are
17.
doing better than me.
A government held hostage,
Yeah.
an unprecedented moving headquarters.
Under
Only
Siege
one
2.
hero stands in the way.
The Siege 2.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well done.
God, Under Siege. The only Seagull film we've done.
Yes. And we're going to be doing quite a few more in the future to come.
We're not.
Stay tuned.
We're not. Don't
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Or do stay tuned. Not for them.
Worst heroes ever.
Suicide Squad.
Yes. I forgot about that film as well.
Yeah. That wasn't too bad.
It wasn't great, wasn't bad at the same time. It was
Yeah.
meh.
He was a very meh. I think he was a bad woman in it. When she spent most of the time just doing this.
Cara Delevingne.
Enchantress.
Is it Clara Delevingne or something like that?
Cara Delevingne or something,
Yes.
yeah.
Something like that.
Terrible.
The head of the family is the one with the tail.
The head of the family is the one with the tail. Head of the family is the one with the tail. The head of the family is the one with... Who the hell had a tail?
15 seconds to go.
Shit. Super Mario Brothers. No! Beethoven!
Too late.
Beethoven!
Too late.
Beethoven!
Too late. I've got to
Beethoven.
take your first answer.
Ah.
Unfortunately, it was Super Mario Bros.
Was it?
No,
Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Was that the one where we gave the best actor to the dog?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's a real good film still.
It is.
It held up really well.
Oh, yeah. It's on
I
our
enjoyed
must
it.
see in it.
I enjoyed it.
It's on must see.
This
Beethoven.
ain't no game.
This ain't no game.
This ain't no game, fool.
Game over, man. No, is it?
It's not. I mean, you could have went with that. Or you could have went with your previous answer. Super Mario Brothers.
Fuck's sake.
The tide is turning.
The tide is turning. I can't remember what films have pissing said now. The tide is turning.
Keep saying the same one all the time. Mario. Batman.
Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, no. You forgot you watched it last week.
Aquaman.
It
Oh,
was.
for fuck's sake. Is that even on this list?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not on this list.
It is.
It's not. He's wearing a hat.
He's wearing a hat. He's wearing a fisherman hat. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, Punisher. He was wearing a hat, though.
They're like 8 seconds
but he
in
wore
a
a
2-hour
hat.
film.
So during Punisher, right, when I was drunk as hell, he says, "Oh, it's that guy," and I was like, "Oh, the guy in the hat with the fisherman's hat," and he's like, "What hat? He's not wearing a hat." And I'm like, "He's wearing a fucking hat." And we had an argument for about 10 minutes. I think I ended up cutting most of it out.
Yeah.
about whether this guy had a pissing hat, and when I went to watch it back, he did wear a fisherman's hat
For 8 seconds in a 2-hour
but
film.
he still wore it.
For 8 seconds?
But it was enough for me to register that he had a hat on.
And you ran off with a dog with a bone.
Yeah,
Off you went.
he had a fucking hat.
Okay.
Anyway,
next one.
sorry, we're not repeating that argument again.
Number 22. You've currently got 12 right.
What was the answer to that one?
Which one?
The one with the hat?
There wasn't one with a fucking hat.
Oh, okay, carry on.
That's your own thing, that, mate. Number 22.
Right.
First class problems, second class detectives.
First class problems, second class detectives.
Yes.
First class problems, second class detectives. Murder mystery.
Yes.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Vengeance has a name.
Vengeance does have a name.
Does. And his name is. Oh, their name is.
Vengeance has a name. Who the hell's having vengeance? Rebel Moon?
Jam Sandwich.
Jam Sandwich. Oh, fuck's sake.
The Punisher.
Fuck's sake. Jam Sandwich.
Nothing is inconceivable.
Nothing is inconceivable. Men in Black.
Oh, Junior.
Oh, I'm bad at this.
You started off all right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the fright.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the fright.
I forgot we'd done this one.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the fright. Fuck knows. Which one had a fright in it? Which one had a fright? Sit back and enjoy the fright. Monster Hunter?
Oh, I think you were going to say it then as well.
Street Fighter?
No, Snakes on the Plane.
I forgot we did Snakes on a Plane.
That's what I forgot.
Snakes on a motherfucking plane.
There is no hero, only rebels.
Rebel Moon?
Yeah. Some of them are easy,
Yeah.
and some of them a bit.
Especially when they have the
out
name
there.
of the film in it.
Exactly. Bigger, smarter, faster, meaner.
Bigger, smarter, faster, meaner. Bigger, smarter, faster, meaner.
It's an easy one.
Fast X is what I would say if I was thinking that.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep. Fuck's sake. Ah.
He makes the trouble, she takes the blame.
He makes the trouble, she takes the. Men in Black?
It's going to make sense now I say it.
Go on.
Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He makes the trouble.
No, it makes perfect sense now, yeah.
The war's not over until the last man comes home.
Missing in action.
Yes!
Chuck Norris.
That's the one. Good old Chucky.
Good old Chuck. Come on. Next
He's
one.
not very good looking, but when the lights go out, he's still not good looking.
The hot chick.
You're on the right line. You're on the right line with the actor.
Oh, Deuce Bigelow.
Hugh Bigelow, mate.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Get stupid rich.
Get stupid rich. Get stupid rich. Oh, what's it called? The one where they robbed the place. Oh, God. Jamming my biscuits.
Oh my God, you shot me right through the poop hole.
I got right through the biscuits. What's it fucking called? I can't remember what the film. Masterminds.
Masterminds, indeed.
Oh.
That was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I never heard of the film before. Oh, I actually loved it.
Oh, that assassin guy.
Oh my God. When they try and escape and drive through into the fence,
Yeah.
it just stops them dead.
Oh, my favourite bit in that film is when that guy, that assassin guy, he goes like to South America or whatever it is to fucking hunt him down. And he ends up going to that gun dealer and buying this old musket. And then he's there aiming, he goes, boom, the gun explodes and he falls off the balcony.
That's a funny film, actually.
That was funny.
That was another hidden gem.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before this.
No, I hadn't.
No, I took a gamble on the podcast.
Good cast though, isn't it? Wasn't it? It's that, what
Really
was
good
it?
cast.
What's his Zach Gilliganakis or whatever his
God
name is,
knows.
from The Hangover?
And the two ferns.
Yeah, and who else? Kristen Wiig, Owen Wilson, was it?
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and that guy as well.
Jason Sudeikis.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Final question.
Oh, final. Yeah, go on.
Number 32.
Number 32.
And it is called The Final Hunt Begins.
The Final Hunt. 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 Fuck knows. I can't remember what I've said so far. Final Hunt. Monster Hunter.
Ooh, no.
Oh, stop going. Ooh.
Blade Trinity.
Ah.
Sorry, mate. I like dangling with a carrot.
Oh, no, you do. You carrot dangling bastard.
Right. 50% there, mate.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Hopefully, our audience did better than me.
You didn't do too bad, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you have got a full list in front of you. So if the audience got better than you, they've got to know their films.
Mate, it would help if I remembered after films that we had done.
Yeah, you do forget quite a lot, don't you?
It's not. It's just like I'll forget we've done it, but as soon as you mention it, it's like, oh yeah. I could describe the film to you, but I had just forgot that we reviewed it.
Yeah, exactly. So the awards that we're currently giving out is the best actor, worst actor, best character, worst character, and then we're going for the Hot Babe Award. And for these awards, we can only give them to the main roles only. You can't give it to like the guy who works behind the bar or the policeman number 16.
So it's covering all the films we've done.
All the ones we've done so far.
Best actor.
Yep.
I've gone for Christian Bale in Terminator Salvation.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we ripped the shit out of him when he done that.
I think we did.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, yeah. Why did you go for?
I've gone for Zach from the Masterminds.
From Mastermind?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So he actually played that really well, to be fair.
I forgot we'd even done Masterminds.
Yeah.
I was just quickly looked through the films and was just like, oh, Christian Bale was all right.
You can tell who does their research on the podcasts and who just turns up.
Yeah. I just get told to be here at a certain time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Zachary on Masterminds, I think he done really well. Really funny.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
He was good. He was good.
And the way he played his character as well. He's fucking just out there.
I'm just getting visions now of different.
Oh my God.
The different
When he dresses up
scenes.
with the afro.
Looks like fucking Bob Ross. Oh, jeez.
Oh, great film. Great film. We're going over towards the Steven Seagal Award.
Yes.
I'm going to take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
You want to go first?
He is that bad of an actor. We have an award named
Golden
after
Seagull.
him, the Golden Seagull Award. And this goes to no other than the piece of trash himself, Mr. Seagal.
Is that what you gone for?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've gone from Mr. Autistic.
No.
Michael Dudikoff from American Ninja.
I mean, he is bad in that one.
Mate, literally most of the scenes he's just there, just like, where am I again?
Like I say, he does redeem himself in the second one.
Mate, the bar is so fucking low. The fact that he turned up for the second one would make it better. That's literally- I saw better acting in Samurai Cop.
That's true. No, worst actor, I'm going to take it back. It's got to be the one from Samurai Cop.
Which one?
Oh my God.
It's got to be a main character.
It's got to be the boss guy with the mullet.
Mister, they want to give me the gas chamber. I want his head on my piano. Right here.
He was awful. It's fucking bad.
He was such a bad boss character that in every scene, whenever he came in, someone had to remind us that he was the boss.
Oh, the boss, he's here.
Here comes the boss. And every scene, and it was like, oh yeah, shit, that little dweeb there's the boss.
Yeah, I'll go give it him, actually.
Yeah. That
If you give it to...
Dudikoff,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Autism.
Oh, my shit.
Go
Right,
on.
worst character.
Worst character. Alex from Game Over, man.
Oh, yeah, he was actually quite bad.
I fucking cannot stand that guy.
Right.
Although, I completely forgot we did Fred Claus because I'm thinking Vince Vaughn now, just as worst actor, just because I fucking hate him. Hate Vince Vaughn. If you want to know why I hate Vince Vaughn, go and watch Fred Claus. It's not because of the film; it's because of him.
What did they do to Ludacris on that?
Oh my god!
Do you remember?
They superimpose Ludacris's head onto a dwarf to make him an elf. Oh my god!
That happened, by the way.
I've never wanted to punch Child Santa as well. That guy was such a little shit. Do you remember? And he's coming down the chimney.
Look, Mum, look what I can do.
I found a new way into the house, and his mum's like, "Oh, he's such a special boy." I'm like, Vince Vaughn's just like, he's a bellend. Don't you talk about your brother like that? Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Oh. But yeah, Alex from Game Over, man.
Okay, I've gone from lead actress from Rebel Moon.
Yeah, Captain Sourface.
She's done my head in.
Oh, mate, she was just a mopey cunt through it all.
Just too mopey.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
But a lead actor, right, lead character, you need to be selling yourself. You need to make the audience like you.
You need to have some kind of charisma going on.
Anything.
There was just nothing going on there at all. It's
Nothing.
like, they'd be like, action, give us something, please, just an emotion, anything. You'd walk in and go, hello, would you like to join my crew?
Do you know who is a close second to her, though?
What?
Belle.
Hell.
Twilight. She was dead mopey as well.
Oh my god, yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. That's just Kristen Stewart, though, all over.
Yeah.
Lila and everything, just resting, confused face, just, oh.
I've never seen someone so pale who lives in Arizona.
Yeah.
Was she living in a fucking Harry Potter cupboard under the stairs?
I think she was. Mate, if she was my daughter, that's where she'd be living. The thing is, I don't know who's more
Chained
autistic.
up.
Eh?
Chained up.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know who's more autistic, her or Michael Dudikoff.
Both the same, mate.
But-
Right. Okay, who's your worst character?
I've just said Alex from Game Over, man.
Oh, shit.
Best character.
It's late at night. Sorry, guys.
Best character.
Who's
Who's your
best, didn't we?
no,
Have I missed it out completely?
best character?
Sorry, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. It's bloody 11 o'clock at night.
Do you want me to do my best character?
Best character.
Nobby! Nobby!
But you hated him?
Nobby!
Yeah.
I love Nobby.
Oh, actual Nobby.
Actual Nobby.
Not the kid one.
No.
I actually hated him, didn't you?
Yeah, the kid was a fucking bellend, but no. Sacha Baron Cohen, Nobby.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's a good shout, you know.
Yeah.
I've gone for Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, yeah, good shout. Oh, good shout.
Rick Mayo sold it.
Yeah. I'm interested to see who your hot babe would be of all the films we've done. And you can't say Sydney Sweeney because she was a kid in that film.
Who's yours?
Who's yours?
You haven't got anything, that's why.
I have.
Go on.
Who's yours?
Show me.
No.
Show me.
No.
Show me.
I'll show you once you tell me who yours
You
is.
go. Oh, yeah, same as you.
I will not. I will turn my screen round.
Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Fuck's sake, I forgot we did a film with her in it. Fuck's sake.
If you go for...
Brie Larson, Marvels,
Oh, do you know what? I was debating her, to be fair.
and Fast X.
Yeah, she looks nice and that, to be fair.
Yeah, but no, I did actually write Brie Larson. Yeah.
But yeah,
Even though seems like she would be an absolute horrible bitch in real life, I would still definitely would.
you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Brie, call me.
Call me.
Or email me on.
Six and Blow Movie Podcast,
Nope.
gmail.com.
Wrong.
Is it? Six and Blow Podcast at gmail.com. You should say movie, that's why I want
Mate,
it.
yeah. Yeah, for like the first 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes, I would say the wrong email address on every episode. It was only when Hannah pointed it out. I was like, is that definitely the email address? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And I had a look and I was like, no.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Yeah. I forgot that she was even in one of the films we reviewed. But I'd still take Brie Larson.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no, would you?
What about Megan Fox?
Then you got what?
What Megan Fox? I think we've belittled her so much now. It's like I can't look at her the same.
I think she was a lot more attractive before she had all the work done.
Yeah,
Had too much surgery done. Looks dodgy. Then you got Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Good runner-up.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
In 2 films.
Rachel Zegler, or whatever her name is.
Oh, Rachel Zegler. Yeah.
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 There's quite a few.
Yeah, there is quite a few actually.
You got Melody.
What about that Turd woman, Amber Turd?
Yeah, Melody as well.
Who's Melody?
Curly hair.
Oh, you can fuck right off. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. No way. I'd rather fuck a man. Jesus Christ.
I mean, there's extra holes you can dip into.
Why? Because she's got no head. I'm not Frenchy, mate, from The Nun. I don't fuck corpses.
The lady from The Nun as well.
Yeah.
She was nice.
She was alright. That bird from
Okay. F, marry, kill.
Okay, go on.
So, Brie Larson,
I'd fuck.
yeah, for the F.
Yeah.
Marry.
Marry.
I'll probably marry off the one from The Nun. She looks more like wifey style material.
She's
You know what I mean?
Kill would be Melody from Texas Chainsaw. Definitely. 100%.
Her and her sister.
110%. Yeah.
Stick them both on the chainsaw.
Just both of them. Both of them. I'd give up the marriage just to have an extra kill for that. You can't do one without the other. That's where Leatherface went wrong.
Should have got them both.
He should.
Instead of letting her drive off on a self-drive Tesla, I get up the roof.
Driving out the sunroof going, no! No!
Yeah.
Maybe you should have shouted no before he did it.
That might help.
Yeah.
I'll put your foot down and get out of there quick.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
right.
Jeez.
That concludes the episode.
Are we not going to do what's your favourite film of all time?
I forgot all about it, yeah. So, I've got a couple what sprang to my mind. All right.
I've got about 10.
Have you? Yeah, because I don't have one in particular film.
I
but
don't.
my top, say, 5, for an example, I've gone for Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
Deadpool.
Yep.
Then The Avengers. Pretty much any of the Avengers, really, but the main ones would be Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh, very nice.
How about you?
So, my list, I've got my 10, if just looking through. So, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The Death of Stalin.
Okay, The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
When they're fighting,
Right.
can't see a single thing that's happening.
Yeah, because it's dark and night.
Yeah, but when they're fighting, though, it's like super close up. So he's just fighting off camera, but you don't actually see him hit anybody because it's just the way they filmed it is really, really bad on the fight scenes.
Still a really good film, though.
Still a good film.
One with the Joker, Heath Ledger.
Yeah, great.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Knight. Death of Stalin. You ever seen that?
No.
Should watch it. Funny film.
Commander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Django Unchained.
Yeah, good film.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Right.
And Ghostbusters. The original.
Yeah.
None of this modern shit.
I like it. I won't say it was like one of my favourites.
Yeah, should we wrap it up there? So yeah, this has been our 50th episode. I'm glad
50th
you've.
episode.
I hope you've enjoyed it. We got a bit of a backstory into how we came about, and yeah, it was nice to have a bit of a recap over the ones we've done so far.
Yeah, it definitely was. Bit of a mix-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, so there's 49 episodes there, so please go and watch one, and please watch it all the way through because the best bits are usually in the middle, and yeah, we really appreciate if you can watch all the way through.
Yeah, really appreciate all the support and everything.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Please like and subscribe.
And we'll see you again next week. Or what
American
film
Ninja
next
2.
week? American Ninja 2.
Like,
I'm looking forward to this one.
I'm not.
I
But
told
anyway,
you, go in with it, open-minded.
It can't be worse than the first one. That's all I'll say.
No,
It can't be
definitely,
worse than
definitely
the first one. So anyway, yeah, I've been Eric.
I've been Darren.
Take care, guys.
Bye for now. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.